Okay, so the transition from individual, okay. The transition to from individual contributor to supervisor represent one of the most critical career shifts no, in public organization. It is a change not only in position, but in mindset, responsibility, and identity, where success is no longer measured by personnel alone or output alone, but by the collective performance of a team. For MPA students, this transition is especially significant because supervisory rules in government carry public trust, legal accountability, and ethical obligations that go beyond technical competence. At this point, I will allow the presenter to discuss the specific challenges, skills, and adjustment involved in moving from an individual contributor to a supervisory role. As you listen, reflect on how this transition affects decision making, relationship with former peers, and the balance between authority and approachability, particularly within bureaucratic and service-oriented public institutions. So this time, let us all welcome our next presenter. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, classmates. Good afternoon, Doc. Good day po. Good afternoon. I'll be discussing a very short topic from Chapter 9, Transition from Individual Contributor to Supervisor. For the introduction, this topic talks about what happens when an employee is promoted to a supervisor. It is not just change in position, but a big change is how a person thinks and works. Before the employee focus on their own task, now they must focus on leading people. According to the author, this change requires new skills and new mindsets because the supervisors are now responsible for a team, not just themselves. Slide. Individual contributor versus supervisor. Individual contributor are primarily responsible for their own performance and technical output. Sarili lang nila. And their success is measured by how well they accomplish assigned tasks and meet personal targets. In contrast, supervisors are responsible for the performance of an entire team. Their role shifts from doing the work or making sure that gets done through others. This includes planning, organizing, directing, and monitoring team activities while ensuring alignment with organizational objectives. For example, hindi na lang ako lalayo. There's a lot of example dito. So, mga companies, ganyan. But I would like to give credit to our class presidents, Ma'am Dada and Ma'am Hazel, which iahambing ko na lang as before we start this public administration course, pare-parehas tayong regular students, which may ahambingan natin as lahat tayo ay regular employees. But they were tasked, they were promoted as our class presidents, which hindi na yung sarili lang nila ngayon ang iniisip nila. They are given tasks by our superiors, which are professors, na to arrange schedules, etc., to have a more fluid class and discussions. So I would like to give credit to them. Thank you for our supervisor, Ma'am Dada and Ma'am Hazel. So next. Challenges in the transition. The move to supervision often comes with difficulties, especially for employees promoted due to strong technical skills but limited leadership experience. These are several common challenges. Difficulty delegating tasks and letting go of hands-on work. Managing former peers and establishing authority. Dito medyo talagang nagkakahirapan from being a regular employee and then promoted as supervisor, parang nahihirapan tayong i-manage, lalo na pag nagkaroon na tayo ng close ties or tinatawag nating mga barkada sa kumpanya. Medyo nagkakahiyaan. So, through time, establishing your authority is really in need. So next, handling conflicts and employee performance issues. Adjusting to increase accountability and pressure. Siyempre, pag bago tayong promote, medyo nag-a-adjust pa tayo, medyo nahihirapan pa rin tayo pagdating sa mga pressure sa work dahil instead nga na isarili lang natin ang iniisip natin, we are thinking about the team and the organization. And next is developing confidence in decision making. This is a very vital part dahil ito yung magdadala sa'yo, yung confidence mo, tuloy-tuloy to develop your own person as a supervisor. And without proper guidance and training, these challenges may result in poor team morale, low productivity, and ineffective leadership. So very vital talaga ang challenges na ito sa transition from being a regular employee to a supervisor. So next slide, supervisory and leadership competencies. Successful supervisor must develop both managerial and leadership competencies. This includes effective communication and active listening, emotional intelligence and empathy, coaching and mentoring skills, fair and consistent performance evaluation, ethical judgment and professionalism, problem solving and decision-making abilities. Hindi sapat ang technical skills lang. Kailangan ding matutong makipag-usap ng maayos, makinig sa mga empleyado for suggestions dahil hindi naman lahat ay nakikita natin sa ground. Mas mabuti pa rin na nakikinig tayo dun sa mas frontline sa atin. But we are, as supervisor, we give guidance to them. At dito ay magbigay din ng motivation sa ating mga subordinates. Mahalaga rin ang pagiging patas, maunawain at marunong magresolba ng problema. Ang mga kasanayang ito ay tumutulong para makabuo ng magandang samahan sa trabaho, which is very vital to an organization nga po. These competencies allow supervisor to create positive work environment, motivate employees, and handle workplace issues constructively. Next. Roles of executive leadership in supervisory development. Executive leadership plays a vital role in shaping capable supervisors. According to the author, organization must not assume that good performers will automatically become good leaders. Instead, executive should provide the following: structured leadership training programs to all employees and to all their yung nakikita nilang may progress para maging leaders or next supervisors. Then mentoring and coaching by senior managers, clear performance expectation from supervisors, continuous feedback and evaluation system sa mga empleyado, yung may mga, lalo-lalo na sa may mga potentials. And opportunities for leadership exposure and development. Napakahalaga nito sa mga trainings and other conferences na pwedeng attendan ng mga empleyado or yung mga nakikita nyong may progress sa trabaho na pwedeng mag-lead ng team and to have the supervisor promotion. This support system ensures that supervisors are prepared to meet organizational standards and contribute to long-term strategic goals. Sa tulong ng mga senior leaders, mas magiging handa at kumpiyansa ang mga bagong supervisors sa kanilang tungkulin. Dapat silang bigyan ng training, mentoring at regular na feedback. Next. Importance of supervisory development to organization. Well-trained supervisors act as bridge between top management and frontline employees. Kasi tayo nga as supervisors, yung gumigitna, nag-ahatid ng mga hinaing or suggestions mula sa ating subordinates na regular employees patungo sa ating mga superiors or top management. They implement policies, maintain discipline, promote organizational values, and ensure operational efficiencies. Sir Abante notes that the strong supervision leads to higher employee engagement and motivation, reduces turnover, improved productivity, better communication across departments, strong leadership pipeline for future executives. Ang supervisors ay nagsisilbing tulay sa pagitan ng management at ng mga empleyado. Sila ang nagpapatupad ng mga patakaran at layunin ng kumpanya sa araw-araw na operasyon. Kapag mahusay ang training ng supervisor, mas magiging masaya at produktibo ang mga empleyado at mas kakaunti ang aalis sa trabaho o kumpanya. Nakakatulong din ito sa paghahanda ng mga sumusunod na leader ng organization. Important din ang personal well-being and professional sustainability. Supervisor roles brings increased stress and responsibility. The author stresses the importance of personal health and well-being is sustaining effective leadership. Supervisors must set boundaries, manage stress, and seek support from peers or mentors when necessary. Maintaining physical, mental, and emotional health allows supervisors to remain focused, motivated, and capable of supporting their teams. Without self-care, leadership effectiveness may decline, affecting both performance and morale. So, personal well-being is very important. Siyempre, yung mindset natin, yung emotions, dapat din bigyan pansin ng organization. So, the transition from individual contributor to supervisor is a demanding but essential steps in leadership development. As discussed in our book, Executive Leadership and Supervisory Development, this shift requires new skills, a change of perspective, and strong organizational support. By investing in supervisory development, organizations not only help new supervisors succeed, but also strengthen their leadership foundation for the future. Effective supervisors ultimately contributes to a stable, motivated workforce and sustainable organizational performance. So this is the end of my discussion in regards to transition to supervisor. So thank you for listening. Maraming salamat po.
Okay, again, the shift from individual contributor to supervisor requires a deliberate reorientation from doing the work to enabling others to do the work effectively. Supervisors must learn to delegate, set clear expectation, provide feedback, and manage performance, while resisting the tendency to solve every problem personally. In the public sector, this transition is often complicated by formal rules, uh, seniority systems, no, and limited resource, making leadership skills as important as technical uh, expertise. No? So, a realistic example can be seen in a senior administrative officer promoted uh, okay, promoted to supervise a records of licensing unit. While the officer may have excelled at processing the documents independently, the supervisory role demands new competence such as coaching staff, resolving conflicts, and ensuring compliance with service standards and timelines. When the supervisor fails to let go of individual tasks, bottlenecks, and staff frustration may occur. So when the supervisor focuses on guidance and support, overall efficiency and morale improve. So as for MPA students, this topic highlights that effective supervision is a learned practice, not an automatic outcomes of promotion. So the ability to manage people with fairness, clarity, and empathy strengthens organizational performance and public service delivery. As future public managers, your success in supervisory roles will depend on how will you balance authority with trust, performance with development, and organizational goals with the well-being of the workforce you lead. Okay, so thank you so much, presenter.